Okay, so you can feel it, right? There's this shift, this tremor. No, like a full-on earthquake just rocked Egghead.
Definitely.
The air itself just crackles with this tension. It's something I don't think we've really seen before, even for One Piece.
Yeah, even with all the heavy hitters already there, this feels different.
Exactly. We've been digging into the first hints of this, looking at the One Piece 1128 trailer, both the Japanese original and the Vietnamese version.
Trying to capture that initial vibe.
Right, that sense of an unprecedented, really ominous presence.
Yeah.
And to get a real feel for the impact, we watched a ton of YouTube reactions.
Like 15 different takes, ALTX TV, Alpha Zero.
Yeah, Yen, Weed Club, Kameha, Anime Action Squad, No Mercy 4K, AJ Anime, Odin's Logbook, Master Cell EV, Skull Reacts, NST, Ninja Smoke Tent, Historia de Universos, the whole lot.
Wow, okay, so a broad spectrum of reactions.
Definitely. So our mission today really is to unpack the immediate impact, the shadow that's suddenly fallen over Egghead because of this one arrival, St. Saturn.
And the trailer sets it up immediately. It talks about an unprecedented, ominous presence, that souled feeling, bizarre, supernatural almost. And it contrasts that with this battlefield that's already at the absolute peak of desperation. Suddenly, even that gets overshadowed.
So it's not just, oh, another strong guy showed up.
No, this signals a fundamental shift. Like the rules just changed and the stakes are way, way higher now.
Okay, let's dig into that. It's not just about power level, is it? There's a specific flavor to this arrival.
Totally.
The trailer specifically shows a magic circle, or a literal magic circle appears.
Which is already weird for One Piece. Usually it's double fruits or hockey day.
Right, and then boom, a member of the Five Elders is just there, right in front of the Straw Hats.
Talk about making an entrance.
And the episode title itself, Nightmare Descends Science Defense God, Saint Saturn. That name alone.
It carries weight. Saint Saturn, god of science and defense. It screams top-tier authority, world government pinnacle, and maybe links to Vegapunk science somehow.
Could be. And what's really interesting listening to the reactions is how the anime handled this.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that.
A real consensus seemed to be that the anime's portrayal, the build-up, actually surpassed the manga in creating that tension.
I saw that too. People picked up on little details, like him apparently just sitting there chilling with a glass of wine before he fully manifests.
That wine glass detail, it's so unnerving, isn't it? That casual confidence amidst total chaos.
Exactly. It suggests this level of power that's just beyond the current conflict. Almost arrogant, but in a way that feels earned, which is chilling.
Yeah, it's really effective visual storytelling. Adds layers to the dread.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing for viewers, was it? Some reactors mentioned the pacing.
Yeah, the switching between fights. Luffy versus Kizaru, Zoro versus Lucci, Sanji off to save Bonney.
Some found it a bit frustrating, like they wanted to stick with one fight for longer. Felt a bit disjointed, maybe.
I get that.
Yeah.
You're invested in Luffy's Gear 5, then suddenly you're with Zoro.
But thinking about it, maybe that constant cutting also served a purpose.
How so?
Well, it emphasizes just how disruptive Saturn's arrival is. You have these huge, important fights happening.
Right, peak battles.
And then this presence makes even them pause. It overrides everything else.
That makes sense. It shows the scale of his impact. And the visuals of his arrival were really highlighted in the reactions, too.
Oh, yeah. The flickering red eyes in the dark.
Him slowly rising from a chair.
And then that big circle, the lightning, everyone just instantly knows something is deeply wrong.
It's like a sensory overload signaling pure danger. Even Luffy, mid-fight with Kizaru, feels it. Zoro feels it.
Everyone freezes.
And then Vegapunk says the name, confirms it. This is one of the Five Elders.
Which, for anyone following the story, is huge. These guys are usually behind the curtain pulling strings.
Exactly. Seeing one step onto the battlefield is game-changing, but the reveal itself, his form.
Yeah, that got a lot of comments, starting as this weird blob.
And then forming into that spider-like creature.
Yeah.
With all the legs, super unsettling.
That slow transformation is really effective, I think. It's not just poof, here's a monster. It's this creeping, unnatural emergence.
Builds the tension way more than a sudden reveal might have. It feels more deliberate, authoritative.
Right, and he doesn't waste time showing what kind of authority it is.
Oh God, no. That poor Marine.
Just looking at him and bam, gone.
The reactions really caught that brutality. Some mentioned the manga was more graphic, but the anime's version, just the splatter, it gets the point across instantly.
Absolutely. It's raw power, but it's also about absolute impunity. Look at me and you die. Simple as that.
Chilling.
And then the order comes down, lower ranks, get off the island. And don't even look at him.
Reinforces that untouchable status, the fear he commands. It's a stark picture of the world government's hierarchy.
Definitely. And all this is happening while chaos is already unfolding everywhere else.
Right. We can't forget the other fights. Sanji activating Woman Raider, his specialized observation, Hataki, to find Bonney.
She was in trouble, right? Marines and a vice admiral with a Kuma pacifista.
Yeah, one of those cyborg Kuma clones. Meanwhile, Luffy and Kizaru were still going at it. Incredibly fast.
Luffy even lands that big Dawn pistol in Gear 5.
His peak form. But even that doesn't stop this new threat from arriving. And then Luffy collapses exhausted.
And Zoro's still locked in that intense duel with Rob Lucci. Great animation there, people noted.
Yeah, really evenly matched. But like you said earlier,
Saturn arrives, and even these high-stakes fights just pause.
everyone feels it. This new, overwhelming presence.
It dwarfs everything else that was happening.
And there's that moment. Saturn sees Luffy and just says, nay.
Ooh, yeah! For manga readers, that single syllable is loaded.
You could see it in the reactions, that flicker of recognition or dread from those who know.
For anime onlys, it's just another layer of mystery. What does that mean?
And right after that, Bonney sees him.
And the recognition hits her. From Kuma's memories.
She knows he's the one who gave the order about her father's free will,
The emotion there, pure rage, grief, it just explodes.
leading to her charging him, sword out.
Yeah. And stabbing him. Right there at the end. What a cliffhanger.
Seriously, some people thought she stabbed him in the beard, which is kind of oddly specific and disrespectful if true.
Huh, maybe. But either way, she just attacked one of the 5 elders.
Unbelievable bravery. Or recklessness, maybe both.
And it leaves us with so many questions. What are his powers? Really? That giant spider form.
And that pentagram, the magic circle appearing with him, it's got people theorizing like crazy.
Demonic powers. Connection to devil fruit creation. Pacifistas. The translations mention something bizarre, unusual.
But the reactions went further, didn't they? Implying something almost unnatural, demonic even, beyond just a standard devil fruit.
That pentagram visual is so strong. Is it a devil fruit? Or is something else? Something older, more ritualistic
We
maybe?
just don't know the extent of his abilities. How big a threat is he, really? To Luffy, to everyone there?
Just a huge unknown. And just the fact that a Gorosei is fighting.
That's the other massive thing. These guys operate from Mary Joie, from the shadows.
Always. Their direct involvement means Egghead is critical. Way more critical than maybe we even realized.
So is he just here to squash the rebellion, silence Vegapunk? Or is there something bigger?
That's the question, isn't it? What's the ultimate goal here? His arrival completely changes the game, the balance of power.
And Bonney, recognizing him, adds such a personal stake for her. And by extension, for the Straw Hats who care about her and Kuma.
It connects the political endgame with deep personal history. Very Oda.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this initial deep dive up. Saint Saturn is here on Egghead.
And the atmosphere is pure fear. He interrupted everything, showed his power brutally.
That spider form, the hints of weird, maybe demonic powers, his direct involvement, it's all ramped the stakes up massively.
To an unprecedented level, really.
And it ends on that absolutely stunning cliffhanger, Bonney's attack.
Or just left hanging. What happens next? How does Saturn react? Can she even hurt him?
So many questions. That axe felt like defiance born of so much pain.
Which leaves us all thinking, right? What are Saturn's real goals on Egghead?
How does his presence change the Luffy versus Kizaru fight? Zoro versus Lucci? Everything.
And what was that nay to Luffy about? What's the significance of Bonney's connection through Kuma's memories?
It feels like we've crossed a threshold. This could lead to massive revelations about the world government, the elders, everything.
The deepest mysteries might start unraveling now.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be right back here digging deeper as soon as we know more. This is just the beginning, feels like.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end and see you in the next video.